It's Thursday evening. Do you know where your boots are? Because it's Ambrosia mode, and Uncle's about to give us a hint in a couple of minutes. Welcome to Link to the Past Randomizer League Season 2 Playoffs. I am Filey, and I am joined by my good friend Swerb. How are you doing?
Yo, I'm doing well. I'm Swerb, and I'm joined by my good friend Phylon. Phylon, how are you doing?
Yo, I'm doing well. I'm Phylon, and I'm joined by my infinite loop, and we need to break out of this right here. On the left, we have Dragonite, also known as JP or BrewersFanJP. On the right, we have Clifford, also known as Clifford. Okay, I can roll with it.
Clifford.
Yeah, it's the big, real dingo, I think.
That seems accurate. I've met Clifford. I've met Clifford. You've met Clifford. We both know that he's a real dingo.
No, Dingus, that's the one. That's the one. But regardless, I'm looking forward to this race. The great thing about Rando League is you play the same people, or you're in this division with people for 8 weeks, and that means that both of these runners got to beat me in the regular season of the league. So I got to see how they think, and now we're gonna learn why they are so good that they can beat me up at this game. And Swerb is just gonna laugh at me for 2 hours.
That's the plan. I hope so. What you're saying is you're here to smack talk them when they can't defend themselves?
Yep, 100%.
Awesome. I am in full support of this plan.
But yeah, we are doing Ambrosia mode tonight, which, as you can see, means the runners get that sword before they even start the game. And we're going to start in standard mode, which means clear that escape sequence, and Uncle will tell us, very roughly speaking, where the boots are hiding.
Boots are in GT. Oh,
I mean, that's always good for a laugh, but we hate to see that.
Yeah, that should be allowed for a reroll. You know, I almost did comment on this hash code.
It's scary.
It looks nice.
I do like the way the ice rod and the hook shot line up with each other like that.
Yeah, it looks sorted.
And it's hook shot, ice rod, mushroom.
Oh, boots are in Hyrule Castle. Heck yeah!
Yes!
That's what everybody wants to see when they play Ambrosia.
I can hear both the runners just jumping up and down. Oh yeah, strap in, folks. We're gonna play fast.
Until they're in the back of the escape and there's no bomb drops.
Why would you put that? Why would you force our friends to?
Because what I do in commentary is I just think of whatever situation would amuse me. I'm just here to represent chat's desires.
No, be nice. Be nice. These guys are my friends.
Yeah, they're my friends too. That's why I want bad things to happen to them in Randomizer. Because if they're not your friends, it's just rude.
That's true. We can't wish it on people who aren't our friends.
It's decorum.
I'm not a fan of that guard drop. If a guard's dropping magic, I think that means bombs.
Yeah, it means we're gonna be waiting for the sewers to look for bomb drops.
Yeah, that's prize pack 3. That's gonna be like big magic, small magic, blue rupees, aka a bunch of stuff that isn't bombs.
Imagine knowing. It's actually like useful knowledge now.
I literally just pulled up the wiki page.
Why would you share that?
Because I like to admit that we don't all know everything about the game. Not everyone is super skilled.
You see, I'm the exact opposite. I pretend to know everything about this game. And then I talk to someone that actually knows everything about this game, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I don't know anything.
That's alright. You're forgiven. So, for those that haven't seen all the goings on this week, this is actually game 3 of a potential best of 5 series going on. So, Team WJP TTB TBB.
WWJPPTTTBBBBBBB.
The other guys on left-hand team already won their races. So if JP wins tonight, that's the series. Hey, look, it's Boots.
Okay,
also.
so
We're happy.
The other guys. Okay, so I see JP in the middle of their name. So the other guys must be what, W and TB.
I think so.
That's the only thing that makes sense to me. So, all right, yeah. So they're up 2-0. So Clifford.
Yeah. Clifford has to win tonight to keep his team in the league, potentially keep this series going. As a result, I got a message from Clifford today. And he used a word I can't say on the air, but I'm going to replace it with something else. He declared that he is going to gamble his buttocks off this evening.
All right, so JP had a dicey ball and chain fight there, but I managed to pull through. Okay, Clifford remembered he has boots. He remembered before I could get there to criticize him. So, all right. Oh, JP. I'm getting a little reckless here, buddy.
Yeah, so there's one thing that's kind of notable about JP's play, and we've already seen it, so I can highlight it. Is like he's a cautious player. He doesn't like leaving things unchecked. He doesn't like taking deaths by accident. So in that scenario, you'd see a lot of other runners just like keep going, and JP's the kind who's going to step back and go, "Okay, I'm not going to walk into anything."
Yeah, I'm glad he picked up those hearts there, and that beeping, and make sure he doesn't accidentally die, even though he is about to get a checkpoint right up here. What's wrong with double beeps? I seem to remember you sporting double beeps recently.
Yeah, that's why I'm mad. That's why I'm mad he doesn't. But yeah, Clifford's still killing green guards. I'm wondering if he just hasn't got a drop yet.
He's got that full magic, so I feel like he...
Oh, he must have. He must
have gotten a drop.
Then he doesn't know his prize packs.
Yeah, like I said, it's like with all the changes that have happened around prize packs over the course of the few years of this game, I never bothered to really learn them outside of kind of what I needed to for the vanilla speedrun a little bit, which is mostly just like knowing how to manipulate certain fairy drop. So
yeah,
but of course
I'm being silly. Now that we have boots, we don't care about bomb drops. Even though JP just got one, which is nice for the village, we don't need it for the escape chests.
Yeah. Not having boots, you definitely want those bombs if they're available, so you can just knock out these 3 checks on your way. But saving them for Kakariko when you have boots.
Wow, look at the times you can get in the escape sequence when you have boots. Pretty good. JP's gonna be like 5 seconds ahead here. So race is over, right?
Yeah, I think we can just call the whole thing off.
Ganon wins. Great.
JP won escape. That's all. Nothing can possibly sway this match any further.
Pendant era.
Yeah, and we had a red crystal down at Desert. Clifford with the immediate save and quit.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the tone of voice I would also take. It's a little interesting. Oh, he's gonna go right over to Sahasrara.
Okay.
This is interesting.
Remember, kids, Clifford said he was going to gamble his buttocks off tonight. This could be part of it.
He wasn't joking. Yo, we got red rupees from the bush.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, a little bit of early money definitely helps.
This is the kind of opening I just wanted all my seeds. Early boots, early bombs, rupees everywhere.
Hey,
Master Sword in Saha's hut.
And a shovel on Lumberjack.
I spoke too soon.
What a setup we got already.
I don't like this.
It's fine. It's probably
No,
nothing.
this is awful. I hate this video game.
Yeah, dude. Clifford is like heck Kakariko.
Heck the damn, even. He's
Those slobs can help
even
themselves.
Cave. All right. Yeah, I mean, presumably he's looking for either a bottle or a flute before he gets to Kakariko, so that he can capitalize on doing it all in one trip, I guess, which is fine.
Yeah. And like with the early boots here, this is like it's not bad.
And I mean, when are you ever gonna have a seed that doesn't involve going to Kakariko? Right, you're gonna get there at some point.
JP with that book in hand. We're gonna get an early pet. This is for you, chat. This is for you.
Yeah, you. Listen here. We're doing this for you. Okay.
Womp womp.
All right, chat. Now, this means you get to do something special in chat. Every 5 minutes when someone comes in and asks, I just got here, is ped checked yet? Now is your time to shine. You can answer yes and it was nothing all night long. Congratulations, I'm so happy for you.
Dude, thank you so much. I'm so glad you said that because I literally had that same thought just like moments after you started speaking. And I'm like, oh, I hope this is going exactly where it went. Oh, and there's another sword. So we're gonna have a very early tempered sword in the seed. Clifford charging a water
money
walk.
in the well. Ooh. That money not working out for Clifford. He's like 10 rupees short of Zora money here. But you were happy about something too.
There's a hammer in the well. That's pretty
Hey, that's
nice.
Cool. Clifford, what are you?
He's desperately hunting for that money.
Really
Oh man,
farming
I
Zora
don't.
money here?
I think he like really liked the idea of this, and he's just overcommitted at this point.
Get the Clifford, there's a bush crab. You could use the hoarder.
But he doesn't know. He doesn't know.
Well, yeah, because he hasn't checked it. Because he could check it right there.
I mean, you're not wrong. But also, you might just find money here. I don't know. Now it's like, why even bother running all the way back?
Maybe he's just gonna run all the way over to desert here, though. That's really awkward without either a glove or a fire source.
Oh. And JP also apparently picked up powder, so we have hammer and powder leaving CAC.
Oh, that's convenient.
So yeah, it's an easy, convenient magic bat check.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. So, Clifford, when we have the moon pearl there, it's typically faster to go pick it up and do it after.
Yeah, but what if lamp is in here and gloves are inside?
I refuse to believe that'll happen. Like, it's such a low percentage play. You shouldn't be doing that.
Oh no, I fully agree.
Which is gonna make me even more angry when it works out. Okay, good. I'm actually happy it didn't, because that would not be good. I mean, Clifford did say he'd be gambling his buttocks off, so.
Yeah, and in the end, we're gonna have to ask him like which of these were actual gambles and which ones were just like, I don't know, man. I was just doing stuff.
Oh, there's the glove, the magic bat.
Ah, boy.
Okay.
All right. Well, that's Dark World access. Once one of our players gets all of these items together.
Yeah.
And Clifford really gonna have to hope that there's not like a lantern right in library or something. Okay, it's just a bottle to be. Okay, now we have to hope there's not a lantern on the sick kid.
I'm hearing a lot of hope here.
I mean, it's not much. Like, odds are there's not a lantern. It would just be very unfortunate for Clifford.
So, one thing to consider here is JP is very probably not going to get that tempered sword before he goes into the Dark World. And actually, it could be a while before he ends up getting it. It depends if he wants to go to Desert first or if he wants to go to Eastern first.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
He might just skip that.
For some reason, I was thinking it was in Mini Moldorm Cave, but it was in Sahasrahla. So yeah, you probably won't see that for a little bit.
But also, like, granted, 4 hearts is not a lot, but we do have Blue Mail, and we've got the boots and Master Sword, which means we can dash through most enemies. So, like, he should be fine. Yeah, for those that just got here, obviously we started with 1 sword because Ambrosia mode, and then JP got a sword in the well, and Clifford got a sword in Kakariko, and JP, checking the dam here, is going to be doing the first non-escape check that both runners have done. Alright, so did Clifford get both his items in Desert there? He must have.
I saw a 300 rupee. I don't know if he saw the second item.
Hey, you know what? This is Ambrosia mode. We only get 1 item.
Oh, yeah. So, no, he did not get both items. That was just a test, right?
That was a test.
Right.
And
Failed.
Chat passed. And thanks to Chat for helping us out. We know the mode. Yeah. I guess Clifford skipped the dam chest earlier, but drained the water? Okay. Okay.
Trust me, this is called efficient routing.
I'm not certain that it is, though.
Dude, it's almost 15 minutes in and he hasn't been to Kakariko, and he's run across the southern part of the map like twice now.
I mean, it's fast running because you got the boots, but...
So no, I'm not exactly sure. That
Clifford, if you go to Ice Rock Cave to set up a water
he's got to charge the water lock. Okay, no,
but you can set that up in Mini Moldorm Cave.
That's a good point.
I'm allowed to be mean to Clifford like this. He told me so. And we've been co-op partners, so... I'm allowed to get a little frustrated, but at the same time, this is just kind of weird play that we're seeing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree. Like, there's one thing to be like, yeah, I'm gonna make some crazy gambles and go for some low percentage plays. It's a slightly different... It's kind of technically a vanilla red boomerang. It's kind of different to, I don't know, to be running back and forth across the map like 3 times in 15 minutes and just skip CAC.
Fun fact, everyone, if you're in Waterwalk State and you align with the slanted part of the cliff in Zora's area, you can dash all the way to the right. We'll see if JP gets that set up. And Zora area is kind of a must. At least it's clear.
Abusing that Zora, man.
Ooh, and JP hops onto the grass and takes his water walk. That's a little too bad.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. If you dash against that wall, you just dash all the way to Zora, and that's great if you know about it. But if you don't, I understand wanting to be cautious and not getting hit and stuck in water.
Yeah. I mean, we've said it before. JP is a more cautious runner, and if he, at this point, if he's sticking to the cautious plays and going kind of by the numbers, unless something really weird happens with the item placements, he may come out ahead if he does everything efficiently. Clifford learning the bad news about the shovel.
Yeah, it looks like JP is actually going to head to Eastern, at least to Sahasrara, before heading towards Desert. So he is going to get that
he's
temperature
going to do
right.
all of Eastern he can, just because he's here.
Yeah, you get the 3 items here, you get 2 items in Eastern. So that's pretty good. Like, 5 is pretty good. Like, even if the book in hand, like, you can go, okay, maybe the seed gave me the book for a reason, or maybe the seed just gave me the book to have the book. And there's only 3 items down there, so...
Yeah, the big thing is, like, with 2 items here and 2 items in the desert area, I guess 3. Yeah, we know of 3. You just go, well, there's still decent odds I have to get something from Eastern. I should make sure I get something from here. But runner's kind of swapping positions now. Clifford's going to be doing the cat checks, and at the end of this, we'll have Dark World access.
Yeah, so he'll probably be the first one in the Dark World here. He'll hopefully just clear this out, check the bat, and hop over into the Dark World, and then where he can gamble his butt off to his heart's content. There's a lot of weird stuff he could do there.
I mean, you can just go ahead and do Thieves straight off.
I mean, you could.
At the very least. That would be the straightforward play, though. So, might see Clifford do something else.
I don't know, he might, like, hop into the Dark World portal over here by Thieves Sound, and then run all the way down south straight to Catfish.
Think.
Listen, man, I'm talking about the man who just walked all the way over the ice cave,
I'm not
dashed all the way over the desert, and then dashed all the way back over the ice cave. So anything's possible.
I'm not Think Darman your theories. I'm Think Darman the play, if you did that. Clearly you'd want to go along the north part of the Dark World and Kern jump if Catfish is your objective. In other news, Dark Rooms. I love them.
They're very dark.
They're also just really funny with Tempered because, like, the poke kills the Stalfos, so you just, by virtue of walking across the room, end up dealing with the enemy. Vanilla big key in Eastern, so JP would have had to make it all the way over to this chest no matter what. And second item is going to come out in the big chest.
No, it's another bottle.
We've had one of those already.
Yeah, it was in the library, so JP's already checked it, kid. Alright, yeah, so Clifford hopping down the magic bag, he's gonna get his gloves right here. And that'll open up the Dark World for him, so we'll see what he decides to do. Meanwhile, JP running down over towards Desert with that book in hand where he'll get his Moon Pearl, so he's not far off from Dark World access.
Yeah, this worked out really well for Clifford, but there was nothing good in Eastern. Because he's kind of behind in Eastern at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But it was not a very important Eastern. So it's not going to cost him unless he starts diving Eastern without the bow at some point.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't go to the Eastern without the bow, that will help make up for some of that early game routing decisions.
You know, a lot of us kind of in the tournament scene didn't really pay attention to this, but it's worth noting that when V31 Rando came out, the new difficulties added like health requirements for the bosses. So logically, you never had to beat, say, Thieves Town until you had something like 9 hearts, which was just an accessibility option they put in for newer players. So you didn't get forced or goaded into doing things like 4-heart Thieves Town, which the seed is not forcing Clifford and JP to do here, but it's kind of throwing up a big neon sign and inviting them in to do that.
Yeah. It's just, if you get to the Dark World, I mean, Thieves Town's requirements are pretty much the same as just getting to the Dark World, so
Yeah.
it's always just like a good, safe go-to first play or near first play.
Now,
especially if you have the hammer in your inventory.
Yeah. Of course, that logic doesn't actually apply to the difficulties we're playing on here. That's just an easier mode thing for newer runners that we just to avoid situations like this one coming up in casual play. But yeah, it's a neat thing.
Yeah, I literally didn't know about that until 2 minutes ago when my friend Phylon informed me.
Man, you gotta read the release notes and watch Saku's update videos. There's a ton of content in there.
I believe you, but hear me out, I could just never read the notes and then complain.
And talk to me for all the updates. Like the update that says there's a 5/6 crystal in Thieves Town, there's a green pendant in Pod, and there's a pendant up in T-Rock.
I must skip those patch notes. Yeah, that does make Thieves Town
tried so hard.
Even more appealing. I'm sorry. What's wrong, Phylon? What did I do wrong?
Just the way you said Thieves Town's even more appealing, and Clifford ran in the exact opposite direction.
Well, it makes sense to clear out. Like, I always like doing at least these 3 checks first.
So I'll do these checks if I don't have the boots, because I'd hate to leave the boots behind Thieves Town before I go in. But if I've got the boots already, I want to do them. I want to clear the village as efficiently as possible, and that means finishing the village at the brewery so I can go straight down to dig it.
Yeah, but yeah.
Sorry, did you lose a whole box of soap? Because I seem to be standing on one.
Yeah, you can just have it. I think you need it more than me.
I do. Hey, look, there's lamp.
Look. Light.
You just have to dip through desert to get your moon pearl, so you can go finish desert with fire source. Easy game. Hey, dig spots and logic.
True. Oh, hey, look, a hook shot in Thieves Town.
Yo,
see, this is why you just always do Thieves Town.
That's strong incentive to just head up Death Mountain.
Yep.
Now I can't remember if Clifford actually bothered to learn Herapod. I know he specifically wasn't learning it earlier in the league, but this is the kind of situation where it'd come in handy.
Alright, we have Cape on Pyramid for JP. He does have red mail, but he is sitting at 5 hearts, so that does offer some decent defensive options if he needs it. But it's also gonna let him check the bumper ledge item. Which could be useful once he heads over to the Village of Outcasts after checking Catfish here.
So, yeah. Catfish immediately on Dark World. This is not something we see too often.
Yeah, I thought Clifford was the one gambling his butt off.
I'm just not used to seeing JP kind of go on a wide shot like this. This will be a save and quit, and then he can go to the village after. But this is a long way to run for 2 items, and just $50.
Yeah. I don't know. Like for me, it's always difficult. I don't really like checking just Hype Cave as first thing in the Dark World, but it also feels like when you only have the glove, and you can't really go left afterwards. Like you can check Stumpy and Dig Game, but then you have to bail. I don't like doing that route, so I can sort of see the appeal of going to Pyramid up to Catfish.
This is true, and it's not like there's ever a good time for Catfish. Personally, I do Hype Cave, and then I go left hoping I get mitts. And if I don't get mitts, I just get angry.
Oh.
But I'm also not...
Sounds like something I would do.
You know, I'm also eliminated from the league, so maybe don't take my advice.
Oh, noted. I still am very much in the league, so therefore my opinion holds more weight.
It does to an extent.
As if I have any clue what I'm doing. I just make it up every time.
Okay. This is not the usual script for blind.
This is a way to fight blind.
Clifford's getting beat up a little. He's like, this should be fine.
Yeah, that red mail.
Yeah.
Really coming in clutch there. Because he would have been dead like twice without it.
JP
Right,
treats Skullwoods like overworld checks, basically. Which is why we see him up here right now.
Yeah, which I don't know. This is Ambrosia, so you already know that one item's on Moth, and so there's only one item in the front of Skullwoods.
Yeah, it's a lot.
So that makes this like, because I usually do the Skullwoods pretty early and pretty often for a normal seed, but in Ambrosia, I feel like probably not so much. Like, I don't even know if I've ever played an Ambrosia seed actually, but I don't think I would dip Skullwoods without a fire rod.
Yeah, it's a lot of
chests
that you might have to open before you actually get something, or you might open all the chests and still get no items. So that hookshot is looking like the real winner here. Combine that with the lamp, head up Death Mountain, eh?
Okay, yeah. That's actually, once I saw... I mean, they both picked up those items right around the same time. And so I was like, oh, well, that's... Oh. If you're going to find one item in Skullwoods, that's a pretty good one to find.
That's
not really going to do anything right now, but...
No, that's kind of why it's so good. Is, you know, Clifford's not going to get bottlenecked into Skullwoods for a long time. He may have a bunch of other stuff in the world available to check before he even thinks about needing Cane.
That's a fair point. It's one of those items that you do need before you beat the game. But if you find it earlier, it doesn't really doesn't widen your search net, so yeah, that's a good point.
Like if Clifford ends up with Myra access, he'll potentially be beating that dungeon, or clearing the front of that dungeon before he heads to Skull, which is a dangerous position for him to be in. Very good pickup on JP's side. Clifford's skipping the Pyramid Catfish, which will work out for him and going to Pod.
Yeah, there was the cape on Pyramid, which can come in handy sometimes. But Bumper Ledge is a bust, so we don't really need it. But no mirror for Clifford means he can't check Eastern while he's over here, so he's just doing Pod. And he's got no bow.
Yeah, he's gonna get 4 items out of here. And only 4. Thanks,
And
Ambrose.
that's assuming he doesn't just get locked out. Unless you want, I mean, there are ways, obviously, around the mimics if you have a potion or you mimic clip.
I don't think he does have a potion.
Yeah, I was gonna say he doesn't have a potion.
Yeah.
I don't know if he, really knows mimic clip or would do it. But we have a key, so it's kind of a moot point.
JP in Thieves Town. Gotta get that hook shot. Oh my goodness.
Okay, wowie, wow. He's just like, he's not even gonna check the stealth as basement. I would have at least checked that, but I'm pretty sure.
I get why you do that. If you're Clifford and you've gone into this race saying you're gonna gamble your butt off, I'm sorry, buttocks off, then yeah, you get mitts in the bridge chest, and you just bail.
You check the one chest that's like 20 seconds away, if that. But
it's probably a small.
But no,
key,
that's
though.
great.
It's
like
probably
that's,
a small
no,
key.
it is probably a small key. Like odds are quite high that it's a small key.
You know, I think you're probably also in this mindset of I'm going to be heading up the mountain in a second anyways. So
oh, absolutely. I was actually about
mitts, now I can do hookshot cave. Like, for him to get into Turtle Rock, he would need the correct medallion and some Aria, which is a little much to hope for in Pod.
That's a good point. And I was actually going to criticize him. I was like, well, not necessarily criticize him, but just kind of point out I'm a little surprised he didn't have that hook shot and then see that lamp and go, you know what, I'm going to go up Death Mountain and try to go to Pod. But it totally paid off in a huge way by getting those mitts.
Yeah, that's just such a big advantage, and there's now so much more he gets to do on the mountain.
Yeah, like anytime you can head up to Death Mountain when you have access to the Dark World and you have hook shot and you're able to just do the vast majority of everything up here, just so nice.
And, you know, he's probably also, both runners are probably hoping they never have to walk into Turtle Rock. But at the same time, you want to know what that medallion is, just for your consideration.
There's a gold sword, and there's a Quake, and Quake is going to be the medallion for Turtle Rock.
Yeah, I know.
We all know this to be true.
We can all feel it. Yo, JP's been cleaning up in Thieves Town. He's got 3.5 hearts, which should be fine as long as he sticks to the blind script.
Getting a little off script here in phase 2. Clifford did pick up some flippers in Paradox. Yeah, and there's that cape coming in handy.
Yeah. Nice safety. Just go for that and make sure you don't take the death. The blind death is only like 45 seconds. And I can tell you that because I've timed it when I do it. But because blind is so scripted, it's just a feels bad moment if you take the death there. And everything about your run just starts being bad if you take the blind death. So doing what you can to avoid it is a solid play.
Yeah, it's highly demoralizing than anything else, but also it doesn't really help that blind is already set in the room when you come in for the rematch, so it's actually harder on further attempts.
Then it's a less easy fight as well.
It's definitely a smart move using that cape to play it safe. And like the red mail helps. It helps with the blind's heads. The blind's heads do 2 hearts of damage in green mail, and then 1 heart or like half a heart with the upgrades. But the fireballs are reduced by mail damage, so it's always a heart. So he still racked up some of that damage pretty quick.
Oh, and that's what I was afraid we'd see on JP's side. He finishes at Stumpy and does the save and quit. Not the pod play for the mitts.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of an unfortunate layout because with Pyramid kind of already done, And Catfish, I'm assuming he didn't want to just run over the pod. And he has Death Mountain available. Unbeknownst to him, the mitts in pod would probably save him a trip.
So
but he is going to get these flippers that Clifford's already picked up.
Yeah. Flippers that don't give us anything on their own, but a mirror would give us swamp access, or Bombos or Fire Rod would give us Ice Palace access.
Yeah. Yep. And I'm not... Oh, there's Ether. Okay. Well, that's 2 medallions up here in a real short span. I'm also not sure what exactly Clifford did inherit. Did he just check the bottom 2 chests and leave?
He opened the bottom 2 chests and he walked out, and he didn't have a small key at that point, so I'm not totally sure what he got. Maybe he got the big key and he just didn't want to climb that tower.
Yeah, that'd be my guess. Because he just didn't want to make the climb, because it is a pendant.
Oh, there was a small key in the prison downstairs that he saw and didn't want to pick up, and then he didn't want to do anything else. Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
He sees the small key. He doesn't want to do the basement under any circumstances. Then he sees that he would have to Harrowpot to get up the tower, and he just doesn't go for that. All right.
Yeah, and with mitts and like Dark Death Mountain available, I can't exactly blame him. Here is the Spike Cave over on JP's side.
Yeah.
It's gonna be close call because he doesn't have that half magic yet, but he's through.
Yeah, Blue Cane, we didn't call this out, but it was on the old man. So Clifford getting that now is totally fine, missing the pyramid in the cave there. Oh my goodness, there's our Fire Rod.
Okay, that's big. That's huge. Okay.
Yeah, that's big.
Yeah, now he can do Skullwoods, which would be, I mean, given what we know, would be a great play since that would give him some Aria.
Yep.
But also Ice Palace is available.
Yeah.
Desert is available with the other red crystal.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. There's a big opportunity for Clifford here. And I don't even know how you make this call. But if he does Skull Woods first, he's going to get his cane, and then he can Icebreaker in Ice. And he'll feel really good about that. If he does Ice first, then he's going to go to Skull Woods after full clearing Ice. And he'll get his cane, and he won't be happy about that. So that could be a time swing of a minute or two either way.
Yeah, we'll see. He's starting Sanctuary, so it's looking like the Skullwoods play. It's always nice because Skullwoods is just such a fast dungeon. He knows an item's on Moth, so he can start there, work his way backwards. And with those mitts in hand, he could
get in quickly.
He can get in quickly, and he can do blacksmith stuff afterwards if he wants, or at least check Hammer Pit Cave.
He's not going to do blacksmith. There's no way. There's no way he's going to do that. Not based on what we've been seeing.
That's true. I'm just listing possibilities.
That's true. You are.
I'm not a mind reader.
You are doing a very good job of that, and I should not give you crap for suggesting plays that are logically on the table for our runners. I'm sorry. I should apologize for that.
I don't think he's gonna do it. I don't think I would do it. It's just without the mirror, you know. It's nice to put off.
Mm-hmm.
But also, like, he does have Peg Cave. But then if you're doing Peg Cave, you kind of feel like you got to package those together, and so
yeah. Wow, I'm still just thrown by how big that play in the pod was. Like 2 chests checked in pod, and you get the mitts, and that leads to the Fire Rod, and just is going to save Clifford all this time not climbing the mountain again. But Clifford, having Dark Death Mountain available, was able to go and do that and bail on Hera. And JP, setting up the Hera pot here, is going to sink some time in here. And if it doesn't work out, he's going to have a lot of lost time on this.
Yeah, absolutely. That pod play could end up just being the defining play of this race. Really would like to see something in Hera for JP.
I mean, we're kind of running out of things.
I'd also like to see him pull off this Hera pot.
Yeah.
Alright, that looks like he's in there. There we go. Attaboy.
Oh, that's not what you want to see.
No, I had a feeling that's what we were going to see.
Yeah, that's too bad. JP is going to get an item for beating the boss, but if he wants that big chest item, he's going to have to go back into the basement. That will very probably be a big time sink for him.
I didn't see what Clifford got off of Moth, but I don't think it was anything of note.
No, I don't think so.
But he is going to take some time having to check this chest. And then head on out. Just going to run back out because he's got full health and red mail and it's going to take forever to die.
Yeah. So we've kind of had a slow but steady trickle of items. So let's back up a bit and kind of figure out what do we still need for go mode here.
Oh, we definitely need a
for
bow.
Swamp, bow for Eastern,
And a flute.
and a flute for the Mire area. And maybe that Bombos? Maybe.
Maybe, but unlikely. And if we need it, it's in Checkerboard Cave. I'm calling it, right?
Or Checkerboard, or...
It's called... Nope, Checkerboard. Not Mire Shed.
Thank you, I forgot what Mire Shed was called. Thanks for the bailout there.
Yeah, that's what I'm here for. I heard the hesitation in your voice, and I pounced.
Came here to have a good time, honestly. I'm feeling so pounced on right now.
And saying it's not a good time when I pounce on you? I'm not sure how to take that.
Oh, what a time. Just as everyone had to refresh their stream.
Good. The comment was just for you.
Maybe someone caught that anyways.
No. That was just between you and me, buddy.
Hey, you know what sucks? When you do all the trouble of moving the statue and waiting for a wall master in Skull Woods, and then you're gonna find Samaria in a second.
Yeah. Not great.
It's not a disaster. There are worse things that can happen in this game, but it's a minor annoyance.
I mean, yeah, there's almost always worse things that can happen in this game, but that is definitely
it's like
a trend among them, is like doing something in a very like inconvenient way, only to find the item that would make it way more convenient right afterwards.
Like green pendant pod and neuron saw. Anyways, Tower of Hera, not any value today.
Nope.
Oh, that's just such a big time loss for JP.
So where does he go? He doesn't have a ton of options. Like, Pod isn't that far away, potentially. He might go back over the desert.
I can see the desert play just because it both unlocks the pyramid and gives you another crystal and an item.
Yeah.
Like there's value in there. Okay, Clifford.
And the pyramid into Pod is pretty appealing. Hey, look, is Clifford gonna go see my friend?
Clifford. Just make a liar out of me.
There's no way, with the way Clifford's been playing, that he's gonna do the blacksmith after Skullwood. My name's silent on it. I bet 1,000 rupees on it. What? He's not checking Peg Cave. I guess he could do that when he grabs purple chest, but is he going to come back to do that anytime soon?
I'm not gonna comment on what Clifford is gonna do at this point in the race.
Clifford is the true wild card.
I'm just gonna stop predicting.
Yeah, see, I would have done Peg Cave myself if I was going to do this play, and then just ignore purple chest until later.
Yeah. If you're gonna do purple chest, you do Peg Cave. Then, if you're not going to do purple chest, I do Peg Cave with your pick Smith.
But yeah, he might just go ahead and knock out this whole or no, okay, all right. See ya, Clifford. Where are you going now? Are they both in the desert?
No, Clifford's going to Ice Palace.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, don't try and predict where Clifford's going, Swerve. Learn from my mistakes.
It was a question. You could hear the question mark with the way my voice raised at the end there.
That's true, I could.
I enunciated the question mark.
So, Hobo. Just because the way we had boots and early money, we never saw the runners check Hobo at the start. Only 10 arrows, thankfully. There's always that awkward moment when you get progression on Hobo and you go, hang on, when did my opponent grab this? And we'll just avoid that uncertainty today.
Yeah, that's always a little terrifying when, like, because sometimes it's not convenient to fake flipper there, and so you don't do it until later. And you go, well, I don't know, maybe the other person did. And that just being like an item that's kind of available from the start just because of a minor glitch. It's always sketchy to find something there.
Alright, so Clifford's doing ice. He's going to have a really good time here with Red Cane. I feel like he's got a bit of a lead here, just with how things are playing out. So, what's the best thing that JP can find here? Flute?
Or a bow.
Or a bow. Flute or a
bow would probably
really
be the best thing you could find, because that's gonna send him to Eastern for sure to finish that out, and then he might think to pop over into Pod.
Yeah. Flute might also just make Pod less of a trek for him. But no, I think you're right. Bow would be a really good thing for him to get here. Either here or in the Pyramid Ferry.
And Pod... Okay.
Oh!
Well... Yeah, I mean, that's just gonna send him over to Pod. Like, that doesn't unlock anything without the mitts, so...
Yeah.
Hopefully that sends him to Pod.
Yeah. I mean, where else can he go at this point? Aside from Pyramid Ferry.
Oh yeah, we discussed that. Yeah, that's actually why this seemed like a good call. It was like the Pyramid Ferry into Pod play is pretty hot.
So yeah, we'll see how Clifford prioritizes things. He may not really want to go for that just yet. He might, in fact, be waiting for Flute and Mirror to go back to Desert.
So Clifford,
right?
Can be real happy with this red cane and ice power.
Yeah, and then he
says finally on
because I look.
Unfortunately, we're having a little trouble with this Ice Palace bomb jump. There we go.
Look, he did the Ice Palace bomb jump.
He did the Icebreaker bomb jump.
Let's never call it that.
I just did. That's what you were about to call it.
I wish I hadn't.
Alright. JP, I guess he's gonna go back and check that Hobo.
Yeah, this is a good time to do it with Flute.
Yeah, Flute's great when you have, like, Light World, like, kind of one-off checks left behind.
Yeah, Clifford does. What do we call those? Another icebreaker bomb jump to get over back to the ice room.
Now I just want to like call all the
Every
names
bomb
for
jump in the game
glitches.
is now an icebreaker.
Just or that too. I was just gonna say call everything slightly off.
You're doing left side GT without the hook shot. That's an icebreaker.
That was a quick thinking to string those words together in that order. Good job, Philion.
I got it. I got it.
Your wit is too quick for me, man. I can't keep up.
I get to be witty about twice per broadcast, so you're on your own from here.
Well, shoot. It's gonna be a long 40 minutes. But boy, I am excited to see what awaits us at this Pyramid Ferry.
Yeah, I mean, we said before Clifford got that nice early lead with the pod gloves, but if this is something good for JP, Clifford's going to be a wildcat there.
Yeah, especially because what the mitts led to was Fire Rod up on and Hookshot. And that hasn't really panned out for Clifford yet.
No. So the good news is one of those heart pieces brought JP up to 9 hearts total. The other one didn't really do anything for him.
Boy, I can't wait for JP to go in here, get those mitts, and then keep clearing the dungeon and also find a bow or a mirror.
Yeah, that would be the plot twist.
Yeah, that'd be super unfortunate.
Okay.
Or
just put a bow in Ice Palace. Why not?
There could be a bow in the Ice Palace big chest.
Okay. Okay. It's great dramatic timing you had there, Scorpio.
Hey man, I do what I can. I read the spoiler log and I was like, oh, bow's about to come up. I better hint about something this way, and then twist it to the right.
You read that hint tile that says race ROMs don't have spoiler logs?
I don't believe in hint tiles.
Oh, so okay, I can see how you did it then. Makes sense. Thanks, Explosion. I could not see what Clifford actually got from that boss.
I have zero clue. But he already got a bow, so like, what could it possibly be?
He didn't get mirror, so it probably wasn't anything he needed. Because that's, in all probability, that is what we need now.
Yeah. Alright, there's JP getting those mitts.
I mean, maybe a medallion, but I usually operate on the assumption that if I have 2 medallions at this point in the race, I've been given one of them specifically for getting into Mire. So,
oh, yeah, absolutely.
If it's a crystal.
Especially, like, if you have both Ether and Quake, man,
yeah,
the odds are pretty big in your favor. It's always hard, like, if you have Bombos, just because that also opens up Ice Palace. If you have, like, Bombos as your only medallion or something, things get sketchy.
Yeah, yeah.
But since Ether and Quake don't really do anything else, and if you have both of them, you can safely assume you're probably alright.
So, JP's doing Mire.
And it's Bombo!
It's Bombo, right. But, I have not learned my lesson of needing to not.
I told you it's going to be a checkerboard cave, not Mire Shed. Swear to God, JP.
Watch this, everyone. Watch this. No.
Oh, okay. It's still alive. We aren't going to find the answer until we find either the mirror or Bombos.
Well, that is a plot twist.
Dude, just plot twist on plot twist. This is a real twisty-turny sort of rando deal.
You know, no one's checked Kingston yet.
Oh, hey, yeah, there's this place.
10 arrows. Alright.
Alright, so we got an item coming up on Armos.
Uh-huh.
Um,
We got 4 more items in Palace of Darkness.
yeah, we have Pod, which is also Green Pendant. So Helmasaur locking 2 items. It's kind of the nice thing about Green Pendants in Ambrosia specifically. With the boss having a guaranteed item, the Green Pendant, that's always 2 items.
Well,
So that could be an
Helmasaur
appealing play.
such a long check that
It
you
is.
don't want to be doing that unless you get 2 out of it.
And for Clifford, I don't know. Like, does he run down here? And I mean, because he's already in this part of the world and clear out Pod, or
There's
does
4
he
more items there.
go to desert?
I think you do this close check while you're still in the area. You know, if you had Flute, I'd go beat desert because it's so fast to kill with Flute. But Flute's
Yeah, and especially as you mentioned, you might be trying to hold off on desert until he has like Flute and Mirror, which would be the ideal. Obviously, Flute is on land though, so that's not going to come. But that might be enough to encourage him to go back into Pod.
Hey, so you know what Clifford didn't check when he was here in Dark Death Mountain before? He did not actually look at the Turtle Rock Medallion, which is Ether.
Well, that's interesting.
So JP is doing the right thing here.
Yeah.
You actually open the dungeon, just in case you get something nearby that lets you progress further through.
What could that possibly be, Phileon?
The Fire Rod, it's going to be here in Hookshot Cave. We saw it earlier, we were like, ooh,
Wow, spoilers! Dude,
It happened in the past in our conversation.
I don't remember.
I'm sorry. I'm actually sorry to hear that.
Listen. I got nothing.
I was listening for you.
I just listen to the sound of silence.
It's a good song.
Yeah, that's a very good point in chat, is that Clifford didn't have Samaria, so there wasn't much point in him checking.
But maybe he would
Kind of
Samaria
useful knowledge just to have, and it doesn't take very long to check. But yeah, that's going to be interesting, because JP will be able to clear all the way up to Trinex. So he'll get 4 items out of Turtle Rock. Obviously, an item on Trinex that he won't be able to get, and he can't get to Mimic Cave unless the mirror's in there.
The other consideration here, Clifford is not having a good Armos fight. I mean, he beat it, but that's not how we like to do it. The concern, potentially on JP's side here, is that, you know, he already that whole hero play for no progression and a pendant. He might be a little worried about this T-Rock dive, just going all the way to Laser Bridge for 4 items is a tricky play.
Yeah, I don't disagree. But there's like a couple ways you could look at it. Like, you could be already feeling behind, and so you just kind of get into that mindset of, well, I'm going to keep on digging and hope I find gold down here. Like, something to bail me out.
Yeah, that's true. That's totally fair.
So that's one way to approach it. The other one is, I mean, he did find Fire Rod up here, and so he does have options. Like, he could go back to Skullwoods. That doesn't seem particularly appealing because he already got Samaria out of there, so he's going back for 1 item, and I guess Blacksmith and Peg Cave if he wants to. But again, that's Blacksmith without Mirror. We saw Clifford turn into Blacksmith for like a piece of heart or some kind of garbage, but we didn't see Peg Cave or the purple chest. So those are up for grabs. I don't know. The Turtle Rock play, like, I like it. But I am curious what exact reason JP is using it. If it is something, like I said, where he feels behind after that Hera play, and maybe that Eastern dive at the beginning.
Could be the Everest answer of because it's there.
Yeah. That's also a great reason. It's also, with it being a pendant, you're less, especially knowing that pedestal, like you check the pedestal at the 8-minute mark right after escape.
Yes,
so he knows that pedestal isn't on the field. So the only reason he would ever have to come back to Turtle Rock is specifically for the item on Trinex. And I guess Mimic Cave if he doesn't find Mir.
Right, and there is that peculiarity then. You could have all of Turtle Rock in Logic, and then put your Ice Rod in GT. Or, block behind your Go mode. So it does... T-Rock being a pendant does make this a little more palatable. Unfortunately, this Poke Kill did not go well for him. Like, health-wise, he's fine. Health-wise, these guys are always going to be fine.
Yeah, there's a lot of reasons to make this play, and it does seem more likely. I mean, given that obviously we know more than both of the runners. Looking for that mirror, there's not a lot of spots left, and TR does seem favorable.
Clifford's gonna have this brief moment where he thinks he's in Go mode, possibly. Oh no, he still needs mirror. He's not gonna think that at all.
Yeah. Need that mirror. So let's see. Besides, we got Turtle Rock. We got the rest of Turtle Rock, and then we have Peg Cave and Purple Chest. Is that?
And
Pod. Yeah.
A lot more Pod. Leading to Saha. Because we can do all of that now that we got that bow in Ice Palace.
Yes, Clifford's gonna go over here and activate his flute. And then we'll see what he decides to do. While he's in the area, he could opt to pick up that Purple Chest and check Peg Cave.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I would like to see.
Yeah, I would like to see the Meyer dip just so he can, beat Meyer if the option's open to him. Meyer being, that annoying dungeon where sometimes you full clear it by accident just trying to beat it.
Yeah, that's true. But I would still wait until after Purple Chest and Peg Cave. But he's not going to. Just because it's like a simple save and quit, and then you fly right to Meyer.
Yeah. So, if you are just joining us right now, we are just over an hour into this Ambrosia mode seed. We got the incredible, amazing early boots right in the escape sequence. So both runners have been going fast, but they have not taken the same routes.
Alright, well, JP getting good use of that Mirror Shield clearing Laser Bridge, but Turtle Rock, a bust, checked his menu there right before saving and quitting and saw that he was missing the compass and one item, and he knows the item has to be on the boss, so he bailed.
Yeah, that was a good call. And now he's going to Ice Palace.
Yeah, he's... Oh boy, which is where he's going to find his bow, and he's definitely not going to be feeling good after this, I don't think.
No.
Both of those Hera and Turtle Rock pendant plays not panning out. It's hard to be feeling confident about your position in the race after you make two plays like that.
Yeah. So if you missed kind of earlier in the race, we saw Clifford do the early play into Palace of Darkness, got those mids before the first trip up Death Mountain, given him the earlier Fire Rod over JP, who's picked it up relatively recently. And because of all of that, like, they kind of went up Death Mountain at the same time, but these guys are really on different paths.
Yeah, absolutely. Probably be seeing things converge before too awful long here. Clifford hadn't done this big red bomb yet, so the big red dog's gonna take the big red bomb over here, drop it at the pyramid. I think it's just 2 heart pieces, But this does link directly back into clearing the rest of the pod.
No, he's Clifford Sprite, not Lincoln. That's the appropriate response, thank you.
You're welcome.
I just hope he goes back to pod instead of up to catfish. That would be bad direction to go in. Oh, he's got to pick up his cape here because he's never checked bumper cave. It's an unfortunate loop to do.
Yeah, good on him for... Oh, yeah, he's gonna go up here and do it right now, though. Which is bad for Clifford, that's good for JP. Because JP, yeah, he's gonna go through here. He's gonna get the bow out of the big chest here. And then after he finishes this dungeon... After he finishes this dungeon, I don't know.
Like, what if the mirror is just in the stealth of a spaceman? Like... Because you were given these...
Wait, did JP guys also... I wasn't watching when JP was in pod. Did he leave after getting the mitts too?
I think he just left. I think he just left after mitts.
Oh my... Does everyone just think they have like the god vision of the sea?
I mean, I get it. I get it in both... I get it in both their perspectives. Clifford making the gamble into pod goes, I gotta get out of here. And JP doing the late pod goes, I'm way behind, I gotta get out of here.
Yeah, okay, when you frame it that way.
They're gonna be sweating bullets when they get it.
But like, I don't know. Remember when you were just like, at the beginning of this race, you were talking about how thorough JP is? It just seems like...
Yeah, remember when I kept
saying
I
but
knew
also,
where
I
Clifford
guess...
was going?
Yeah, well... Alright, well nobody knows what's happening.
Oh no, and chat's correcting us. JP actually did get his shield, his second shield in pod. He dropped it to the stealth.
Okay, and then that does lock you out of the rest of the pod, technically, without a bow.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so that makes sense. See, that's all I want. That's all why
I
wanted someone to go there, was because that gives you that information.
That's really good play. Oh no, Clifford. Oh, Clifford.
Yes!
Oh my goodness, Clifford.
Yes, Clifford!
Clifford. Alright. So if you missed the opening minutes of this game, chat, you would have seen these runners, because they had boots, check on Lumberjack fairly early. And Swerb, what's hiding in the Lumberjack cave?
It looked like some kind of, like, spade, perhaps like a shovel, a digging apparatus. Well, let's call a spade a shovel. A spade is just a small shovel.
That's true, that's true.
It's like just a mini shovel. But yeah, it's the shovel. Which, I love this. I'm so pleased, Clifford. I am fully on Team Clifford now. Both of these guys were my friends. I was kind of leaning towards Clifford anyway, just to make Willard and JTB and JP sweat and have to do a game 4. Whoever's doing that. But
that's right. That's right. Clifford is, as he said to me earlier, he is going to be gambling because this is their league life on the line for his team. This is so much weight to put on, like a 5-minute check. And if it works, it works, and it's amazing.
He's doing it for the fans. All right, Clifford, ever the showman, just wanting to give us some entertainment here.
I mean, the thing is, he doesn't know this, of course. He can afford to do this, kind of, because he's not done anything in Hera, really. He didn't go into Turtle Rock. So he's kind of trading those checks for this agate check. And by the numbers, that's a terrible trade in terms of chests per minute. But in terms of stuff we haven't seen either player do, this is working out really, really well for him.
Yeah, this does mean, especially if this shovel doesn't lead specifically to the mirror, or I guess Bombos would be good too. We do need that bomb. Yeah, if it doesn't lead to one of those, we could see both of them re-entering pod at a similar time.
Yeah. I mean, Clifford's got a fair amount of work to do in the overworld.
JP. Yeah,
gotta get
JP already cleared this out, so he's just gonna go straight to Armos. So he'll be in pod first. If that's the case.
The other thing to keep in mind is, at some point, eventually, JP's gonna have to go back and do Skullwoods. He'll do it fast, but it's still a couple minutes he's got to spend. Heck, we might see him do it right after Eastern here while he's just cleaning up crystals.
Yeah, he could. Yeah, that's the nice thing about that flute is it just really opens up routing possibilities. Like the decision, like the time it will take him to get to pod or the time it will take him to get to the Thieves' Town is very similar with that flute.
Yeah. Yeah, and you're saving.
Or not Thieves' Town, I meant Skullwoods, but you know,
Oh, yeah.
you know what I meant.
Yeah, I know, I got you.
But again, for me, especially, I do agree with your sentiment earlier that, you know, JP is a pretty thorough player. So, like, to me, the scary thing about Skullwoods is, like, in my mind, I'm grouping that blacksmith chain in there at this, but he's got that flute ready.
It's hard to group those in though, without mirror. Like,
yeah, but what if mirror is on
so
purple chest? Like, we're getting down to the point where that's like not a crazy possibility.
When mirror's on purple chest, I'm just angry all the time. But you're right. Also, it's not a crazy possibility. If it is, Clifford's kind of got a lead on that front just because he's done Smith already.
And there's still the hammer peg cave, dude. That's the one. That's the one that's killing me.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah, it's taking my life force.
Logically, it is equivalent to both the Smith and the purple chest. The game treats them all the same in this case. Yep.
But one needs hammer and the other two don't.
Sorry, assuming you got the hammer already.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, assuming you got the hammer. My bad.
This guy. This guy pretending like he knows everything about the game.
I do sometimes. I just communicate it poorly.
Alright, here it comes, dude. Are you excited? I'm so excited.
I'm gonna be so mad if this is something good for Clifford. I'm gonna be so mad.
Oh, there's a big red rupee for a big red dog. That sucks. Like, you did it to yourself, Clifford. So yeah. No one feel bad.
Yeah, this is the thing. He can't really be mad when that doesn't work out because he knew the numbers, he knew the risks when he was doing that.
Yeah, that like I'm sorry, just any way you slice it, that is not a good play. So it not working out, I can't feel bad about laughing. I'm sorry, Clifford. I
feel bad for just calling him out like that, but he told me he was gambling his buttocks off before this seed, and if that's not the biggest definition of that I've ever seen. Oh, it's a blue boomerang up there.
But thankfully, we already have the superior red boomerang. It goes faster and it's shiny.
I don't know if you're serious. Clifford legitimately likes the red boomerang more.
Oh, red's probably his favorite color.
Alright, Swerve. Hammer pegs. You excited?
I've been dying. Like, this has been killing me. Okay.
Just a green room. Are you just relieved that you're not worried about it anymore?
Yeah, I'm just glad to know.
Looks like
Clifford, like, he built me up, dude. He grabbed the blacksmith and didn't check the hammer pegs right then, but then he didn't come back for another half hour.
Hey, are you happy with what JP's doing here?
No, because it's in pod. It's in pod.
What if it's in purple chest?
Well, then you get to be mad, remember? And so actually, let's hope it's in purple chest.
Let's hope it's Bombos.
I
can accept Bombos in purple chest. That's fine.
Ah.
And
all right.
Piece of Heart's just unfortunate. Okay, what's Clifford doing here?
He's going to... Okay.
Okay. That is...
He could have gone to Turtle Rock.
Is he fluting again?
Oh, I think he's going... Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Well, see you later, Clifford.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate. Like, the only reason that egg up tower play would have not cost Clifford this race was because he had skipped Tower of Hera and Turtle Rock. But if he's going up here now,
yeah,
he's probably going to do both of them.
Yeah. Yeah, why not at this point?
Like, if you're taking your time to climb all the way up this mountain, if you're going to take that minute, like, I figure you might as... Like, realistically, you should just do both. So, yeah, that's going to hurt. Because JP is going to wrap this up in a little bit and head to pod. Because I don't think he really has any other options.
I mean, JP could
he
also
could make the
look
egg
at
up fight,
things
but
and
I'm
go...
assuming...
I
don't know.
That part of Clifford's rationale here is, I dipped out of pod so early that, gosh, if there was other progression in pod, I'm in trouble, so I'm just never going back there.
Which is an understandable thought.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
It's slightly flawed when you think about the bow. But I had to understand the thought process.
But
especially,
you know,
okay, see,
here's
okay, hold up though. This is why you do Stalfos basement, because if he had done Stalfos basement, he would have saw that was the other item in the front, meaning that the rest of pod is entirely bow locked, 100%.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you get those mitts and you go, okay, the mitts lead to the bow, that means pod is the logical progression after that.
That's true. That's true. And against a lot of runners, I wouldn't feel safe about that. Against a lot of runners, I would still go, my opponent might have just mimic clipped or done right side pod and more of the dungeon. But against this opponent, I would go, okay, it's not the type of opponent necessarily to just sequence break pod when there's everything else available. So
no, well,
yeah,
you bring a good point, and also like you're at this point, Clifford's options were go back into pod, which is a green pendant, go into Turtle Rock that you can't quite finish, which is also a pendant, or go into Hera, which is a pendant and only has 2 items. And at least Turtle Rock and Hera are kind of together. So this does kind of add up into 6 items that he can get for sure.
Ish. The way Clifford's doing this, they're not together at all.
Oh yeah, because he doesn't have mirror, so...
Yeah, that's too bad.
I totally forgot that that's what we're looking for. Yeah, I don't know. It's like a terrible set of options.
Yeah. Yeah, when the seed logically wants you to dip pod just so you can go to ice and get the bow, it's a bad day.
And like I'm not trying to criticize, like legitimately I'm not trying to like be like, well, this play doesn't make sense or anything, because it makes but that is why that little bit of knowledge of just checking that one extra spot in pod can tell you, like, that tells you a lot about the logic in the seed that Clifford can't quite piece together. Because like the assumption I would make if I was Clifford and I skipped that is that that was a small key, because that's what's most likely to be in Selfos basement.
Yeah.
But the fact that it wasn't a small key is actually very important.
Yeah, you raise an interesting idea, which is we joke all the time about logic doesn't matter, because we break the logic all the time in this game. And in that sense, it doesn't matter, but in the sense of it can tell you what's available, kind of what the seed might want you to do, it's important to keep that in mind. And this is one of those times.
And I guess like your point about your opponent is also very important, because if you know, it depends on how well you know your opponent. Like if you know your opponent is going to be like sequence breaking a lot or not, or like in this situation, like, I would know, like, if I were either of these racers racing the other, I would be like, okay, I'm pretty confident that the other person's not going to mimic Clip. And the game, well, actually, JP got a blue potion from somewhere, didn't he?
Yeah, but it's still like maybe JP. I think he got it from the waterfall.
That might be. Wait, no, Moldorm had a blue potion,
yeah.
so Clifford doesn't know about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would go, okay, the seed didn't really offer a good way to do the potion camera unlock. I don't know. We're getting like 3 layers of like theoretical metagaming that doesn't matter.
Hey, look, there's the mirror. Oh, great. We can get out of the logic chain. So what do you do with that mirror? You finish clearing pod because you don't want to leave another progression item behind.
Well, yeah, and because at this point, JP has already done just so much of this gosh dang seed.
Yeah.
And like, you don't want to leave the last item you need behind in pod at this point. Especially with the mirror. Like, that's the bad thing about finding a mirror before Bombos, rather than the other way around. Is the mirror opens up some annoying checks, like that checkerboard cave that's gonna have Bombos.
Yeah, but do you YOLO it, assuming it's gonna be Bombos?
I'm just listen. I'm giving you warning. I'm giving chat warning.
You gave me a warning a while ago.
If that Bombo shows up in that checkerboard cave,
you called it. We know you called it.
I'm going off.
We all heard you call
it. Get your eardrums ready.
So interestingly, JP not going for the Helmasaur kill. Just gonna bail on the dungeon after mirror, and looks like he's going for the swamp and/or Cave 45 and/or Bombos play.
Okay.
Hey, what if Bombos is just at Bombos?
What if?
Then we'll be in go mode.
Alright, well, Clifford clearing all the way to the end of Fully's Bridge, finding Diddly Squat. Where is he going? He's going Cliff's house. Okay, so I think he's going pod.
I think so.
If you wanted to go to Hera, you would just start at Mountain Cave.
Yeah.
Alright. So
He's
still a race
until
we find that Bombos. Especially if Clifford opts to... I mean, Helmasaur, it takes a little while to get to him. He's a bit of a slow fight, but it is 2 items. One of which you do have to return over to Sasrala, but since he's going to have that mirror in hand from the back of pod, it's not a bad turn in.
Bombos says $20.
Okay. JP gonna be heading into swamp. Clifford's gonna be clearing the rest of pod, and then big divergence point coming up if he decides to actually finish off Helmasaur, because JP skipped him.
I'm kind of thinking that's what Clifford needs to stay in this at this point.
Absolutely. I mean...
Or he needs Bombos to be absolutely awful on Mimic Cave.
Yeah.
Just a couple minutes ahead here, and that's not really going anywhere.
Or, you know, Clifford could, even if he clears out Helmasaur and doesn't get Bombos for it, all he's got to do is go straight to Checkerboard Cave, where Bombos is assuredly 100% at.
Yeah. No, legitimately though, that would make a huge difference. JP's going to be doing that cool attempted go mode swamp that might turn it into a full clear. We'll probably see him do the south loop, then go straight to the back, and put off the left side until after Argus. Someone in chat is saying we want the ice rod here. I see you. I don't like you. I don't like that idea at all. That's all. Like, even if they don't do it, it's just mental torture. It's just one more thing they have to worry about.
That's just mean.
Yeah.
How? Yeah. You know what? That's rude. Who would wish terrible things upon these runners?
We're kind of doing
Shame
that
on
earlier
you.
to them.
Shame on you, Twitch chat.
Oh. Clifford gets his mirror and is out of the dungeon.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
I don't think he got the big key then, which means Helm is kind of even less attractive as a play now than it was before.
Let's see that checkerboard cave. Yo, my boy Nope. Dang it, Clifford. Why are you footing the 7? That's the wrong one.
That's... yeah. 7 is not good.
Ah, there it is. Right where I said it would be. That big chest of swamp.
Sorry, what?
Yeah, dude, have you not? I've been saying it for like an hour.
I'm sorry, we're gonna have to go to the instant replay cam on that.
All right, yeah, I'll wait while queue up the replay.
Right. Chat, someone get me a clip. But while we're doing that, let's celebrate JP being in go mode.
I don't click random Twitch chat links. So.
That's probably a healthy choice. JP going for the diver down, having a little trouble getting the line up here. These chests are still worth it to grab just on the off chance they have silvers for you. Look where Clifford is. He's hot on the trail.
See, that's why I don't like this setup. I like just doing vanilla all dungeon style, where you just do the one frame down.
He's moving before he puts out the sword, and that's pushing the block in weird ways.
Oh, is it? I also thought you just had to be farther over to the right when he comes out of the wall.
There's that too sometimes, yeah. Yeah, okay, he's gonna bail on this room.
Yep.
You just gotta do that.
Good call. Yeah, I don't really know how to do that kind of block setup. It's just annoying.
It's fine. Clifford doesn't dive her down anyways, so it'll work out. But yeah, Clifford going straight into swamp is gonna be a big time save. JP still with a definite lead, but not an insurmountable one.
I mean, yeah, it's very small, honestly. He's like a minute behind.
So
it's literally just the distance from him from here to go get up that big key at the south, open up Bombos or open big chest for Bombos, and get to where JP is. So.
Shoutouts to the bug net. But yeah, this could come down to some mire routing, just looking for the big key that makes a difference between the two runners. It could come down to some left side, right side in GT. Clifford had been terrified he was going to go north right by the big chest there.
Yeah, man, this is why... Man, this is just why I love Rando. Like, we were just watching these players zigzag all over this map in all these different ways.
Is this the first time they've been in the same dungeon at the same time since Escape?
It feels like it, which is why I was just gonna say that's why I love like when a race comes together like this, where there's just all this divergence, zigzagging all over across each other, only for them to wind up in the same dungeon 90 minutes in, only about a minute apart.
Wow. Yeah, 3101 for the sword up on JP's side. Swerve, where do you think silvers
are? Checkerboard cave.
Right, of course.
That's where I've been saying they were from the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah. I got you. Chat's got you.
Which means we'll never see them. I hope we don't see silvers. I mean, listen, they already have red mail, they have 13 hearts, they've got gold soul. The seed has been kind enough.
It has.
Give us a little Silros action to close it out, at least.
I do, in close races, I do definitely enjoy a solid phase 4 spin-off.
Yeah, dude, I love when it comes down to the spin-off. It's like a goal shootout in that a soccer sport there.
Oh, football?
No, not football. The other football.
Oh, yeah, football.
Football.
Gotcha.
The game you play with your feet, but not football.
Right.
Football you play with your hands. Fire on, keep up.
Yeah, of course. So I didn't get an exact sort-up time for Clifford because we were talking about sports. But it was about 90 seconds apart.
Yeah.
Chat's calling this 95 seconds apart, which is pretty close.
Sorry, we had important nonsense to bicker about.
As opposed to the unimportant nonsense from earlier.
Okay, and we didn't have a nice mire with a big key in one of those first 2 chests.
No. Red rupee on the left side, which tells us nothing about the contents of the other left side chest. In some ways, we wanted a small key there so that we just know, all right, you got to do the big key chest and deal with it.
Yeah, but this opens up the possibility for a little bit of route divergence in here. Because now, if that big key chest is vanilla, and Clifford does that before this stuff, he'll be making up some time.
JP's doing the isolated right chest first. And Clifford had a little trouble in Mire 2, losing a couple cycles there. Is a time sink, but just put the big key on the right side. There you go.
Alright, good call on JP's side for to skip that big key chat. See if Clifford opts to do the same or not. JP might be widening the gap a little bit here.
So I was busy talking about sports and I didn't see. Looks like JP either didn't do the spooky setup or just passed it up entirely in the first basement room there.
Good call. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just spooky is like a glitch I just like never think about. I'm awful about it. I didn't even notice.
Oh, you always got to think about it in Mire here. It's 11 seconds if you do it right. That's a fair amount of time.
Clifford didn't pick up the key from the bear. Okay, he's going around.
He's going around.
He's going to the mid. Okay, there's a small key in here too, so he could still go right
Fine,
side.
it's just a little odd to leave that on the ground, but okay.
Well, and then he's gonna be stuck in the spike room. So, yep, vanilla big key. And still not grabbing that key.
He doesn't need that key.
But there's gonna be a small key in here, right?
No, there can't be a small key here.
Oh, whatever. Key logic in Mire.
Yeah, there's reasons. The main reason I'm inhaling my breath is just this is not time Clifford can afford to spend.
No, I know.
Because there's a mushroom for JP, which we're not going to use for fake powdering because we already got the gloves off Magic Bat. But we're also not going to worry about because that is 7 crystals on the left side. And what does that mean, Swerve?
I mean, we're going to GT.
Sure does. Not totally sure why JP did this save and quit. Maybe just forgot he had the mirror there. But okay. All right. Hey, look, there's a stream of numbers. The number between 121. Make your guess. It's probably somewhere mean. Clifford got his big key, but that's a time sink he cannot afford right now. I mean, maybe this could come down to left side, right side, but the margin is still pretty narrow.
Yeah, JP is going to need to take like the longest route through GT, and Clifford's going to need to find it like immediately for the big key to make the difference. It would really have to come down to more just execution errors or other mistakes on JP's part for Clifford to be able to make up this time. Because unless we see something like totally wild, like a tile room big key that Clifford gambles on.
I mean, I could see him doing it at this point.
I mean, I could too, but you also have to hope for like the less than 5% chance that GT big key is in there.
Yeah. And as we know, I'm beyond trying to guess what Clifford's doing at this point, given how many times it's been wrong. JP entering the tower.
Yes. Got a small key, he's going right side. I don't know, it also would have just been funny if JP gambled. Like, it's just not something JP would ever do, unless he, like, felt he was, like, 50 minutes behind or something.
Yeah.
But there was part of me that would have had a good laugh about it.
And hey, it worked out.
Hey,
First chest on the right.
Yeah, it does need a key. There is one through the warp.
Yeah, there's always a...
gonna need it.
Actually, I don't.
Can there be even small keys in there? In the chest?
Bob has given me lectures about it, and he's been right. So I mean lectures in the best sense of the word. But I'd have to go back to the notes and check with him again. But I think the answer is no.
Yeah, I hadn't really thought about it. Like, I mean, I've looked at the GT big key or small key logic, but I don't remember. But thinking about it, yeah, it doesn't seem like there could be. So yeah, this is real bad news for Clifford. He is on his way up. There's a chance that he goes right side first, but it's still a lot of time to make up at this point. Like, it's JP's race to lose.
Yeah, it really is. Ooh, getting bopped by the spikes on the way out of that room. The timings are very tight.
Okay. It looks like, from multiple sources, if there's a small key in that room, there has to be a big key in this room. Which, is a neat tidbit of information that I will not hold on to, but I'm glad to know for the next 5 minutes.
I will hold on to it for you, sir.
Alright, I'm gonna make a note and ask you in a week.
Alright, deal.
Alright, ask Phileon about the keys April 30th.
Sounds good. I was going to say JP had a really good gauntlet here, and then the last ice room just didn't quite work out for him.
Yeah, it was a bit of a struggle, but it was a nice, very nice 4 rooms.
So it almost gets the one cycle on that.
And that powder... Clifford's going left. Ruh-roh.
Ruh-roh. You know what I love? Ganon's tower with half magic.
Clifford getting some big red hearts over in the Dark Magician room there.
Got so many of them already.
But he's gonna mirror out head right. I might see a tile room pit stop. Who knows? It's impossible to tell at this point with Clifford. But either way, JP is approaching the top of the tower.
Not even bothering with those chests. I think at this point you go, alright, I opened no chests in GT. Silvers are probably elsewhere.
Yeah, plus I already told you they're in Checkerboard Cave. I'm sure JP knows too. Everybody knows.
Yeah. Alright, Clifford got his big key and is basically a tower climb behind. So, as we said before, kind of JP's race to lose. Is that a double on the first cycle?
Yeah, it sure looked like it. Yeah, let's close it off with a triple JP.
No.
Alright, let's close it off with a triple JP.
We can do it.
Alright, let's close it off with a triple JP. Oh.
Oh, I guess that first cycle was only one. Alright, let's close it off with a single JP. There we go.
There we go.
It's a hard fight.
Dude, it doesn't make sense to me, man. I think it's a fight I've actually gotten worse with over time somehow.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a mood. Alright. We got red mail, we got butter sword, we got easy mode for this fight. We have my favorite new text for Gammon. I feel like that's a newer addition.
That's alright.
And what do you need? 6 hits with butter sword, so JP just smacks a bunch, dodges with hook shot, and gets down to half hearts.
He's like, I can take 2 fire bats, no problem.
He can. He's still fine.
All you need is half a heart, baby. Technically, you only need a quarter.
You can't see quarter hearts here. Oh, he's got a fairy too. Everything's fine.
Yeah, I actually think that's what he got from the waterfall fairy. Or he might have just picked one up. I don't know. He got one.
Where was Silver's Swerve?
I literally don't read, so you tell me.
They were in GT.
Yeah, right where I said they would be.
Yeah. The important thing is that Ganon didn't say the light world, so.
Is that? I didn't say that they would be in the light world.
No, of course not. But anyone in chat has a clip for me.
Yeah, I'm sure if I let. I'm sure they're just clipping. They're like, oh, let's just clip everything Swerve said, so we can send him a 3-hour montage of the hour and a half he commentated where he was just incorrect.
I'm just impressed that they got 3 hours out of 90 minutes of content.
Oh, you gotta play it at half speed to really let it land home.
But that's 12 spins. That was a solid phase 4 from JP. That is going to be the win.
Yeah, that's a GG to JP.
That's an official time of 1 hour, 46 minutes, 48 seconds. And that means Team WJPTBB is going to be advancing through the playoffs to the next round, facing off against Team Kappa, I think? Fear Agents team? Something about that. But get your GGs in chat for him. And just like that, we got both runners in here, because it looks like Clifford has called the forfeit as well on this.
GG.
But GGs to both of you.
GG.
Hey, GG's. That was a heck of a race to watch. And thank you for the Ega play, Clifford.
Hey,
I enjoyed it.
I saw the shovel, and you know, as soon as I saw the shovel, I'm like, I am gonna end up getting that. There's no way I'm not getting that. And then it got to the point where it's like, okay, it's an actual realistic possibility that there's something there. Well, here's the race. That's what I said. This is the race, and then I went into Hyrule Castle.
I think we said something similar.
Yeah. Actually, though, had you managed to avoid going to Turtle Rock afterwards, it would have been a damn close race.
That was I flipped a coin in my head. I didn't actually have a coin to flip, but Turtle Rock won the coin flip, and yeah, oops.
Yeah, I mean, it made total sense from your perspective, so not really your fault, but it was cool. I was super excited for you to grab that shovel. I'm sad that it didn't pan out, but it was a great race to watch.
I mean, there was a point where I'm like, do I need to make the Aga play here and go for that shovel?
I mean, I was not surprised when Clifford did it. JP, if you had gone for the shovel play early, I would have been very surprised to see that from you.
I almost did a shovel play before I went to pod the first time.
Yeah.
I thought as soon as I got that lamp, I was like, I could just go get the shovel right now. I could save and quit, and it's like right there. But then,
in some ways, that would have been better.
And then I thought, hey, I mean, it didn't matter. The bow was in Ice Palace, which was locked by the mitts. So
yeah,
it is what it is.
Yeah, logically, the seed wanted you to double dip pod.
Yeah.
Okay, JP, you said you were thinking about the Ega play. I'm just kind of curious because you did make that play into Hera and that play into Turtle Rock, and neither of those panned out. Like, what were you feeling after you cleared to Laser Bridge and got nothing for it?
I was feeling pretty bad at that point because I'm like, I was hoping there'd be something in there, anything, like, because it made a ton of sense to get right after fire. It's like, okay, I can do so much in here. I don't want to climb, so let's go ahead and do this. And of course, Turtle Rock leads to nothing. And then I done Hera earlier, and I will say this: what's something that happened in Hera? The reason I went for the full clear of Hera at the end, go ahead and do the coffee break and everything, was because I was getting ticked at my controller because some of my inputs were slipping, and so while I was waiting there, I switched controllers.
Seems good. That's great. Actually awesome.
That's a wonderful use of that time.
That's a next level strategy.
The other one was better, but I think part of it was just me playing bad too. I know I had to go all the way back around for Spiral Cave because I accidentally jumped off. Good thing I did because that was ether. Well, actually no. If I missed Spiral Cave, it would have saved time. So yeah, I guess that was kind of just a whole bad sequence. But yeah, at that point I'm just thinking like, oh, I screwed this up because I last locationed the mids, I last locationed the mirror essentially, I last locationed Moon Pearl because I was hoping to one-shot deserts and find some fire before I went in there, which I didn't.
Yeah, that was not possible today.
Yeah, and in Ambrosia, even more than anything, you want to try to avoid those double dips because you know you're going to be leaving items behind.
Well, on that note, kind of, if you guys watch this back, you were going to be amazed by how little you chose to do in the same order.
I am not surprised by that fact at all.
Yeah.
Clifford, tell JP what you did at the start of the race.
It took me 17 minutes to get to Kakariko. I was like 5 rupees short of Zora, and was trying to farm rupees so I could get to Zora. I went to Desert like immediately, well, almost immediately. I had the Moon Pearl before anything. That's like the first real progression I found. And I saw that in the desert. And I was like, oh, hey, look, maybe this cack skip thing is working. And then all the rest of the things were in Kakariko. And I was like, hey, this is still fine. I get Dark World from Kakariko. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. The first time we saw you both in the same dungeon at the same time was about 10 seconds after JP got Bombo's medallion at the end. that was where the convergence finally happened. So
that doesn't surprise me at all.
It was a wild ride.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess I definitely did not feel great about my play in this one. Need to tighten up some stuff before the next round, but I got it, and I'm happy to be through this. Get a little bit of rest before the next round. Now we've got Team Kappa. We've been trash talking a little bit this week, and now we've got to we have to really match up to that.
Yeah, now you're gonna have to put your money where your mouth is. So
yeah.
Hey JP.
That's exciting.
Yep.
Whoa, Rick's in here. Hi, Rick.
Whoa.
Do you, Willard, and JTB do us all a favor, okay?
Okay.
Win next week.
And I'm going to say this knowing that it's 1:10 in the morning. Kick Team Kappa's ass.
Clifford, Rick, the word we use on this stream tonight is buttocks.
Oh, I thought I told you to use tuchus.
No. You did, but I didn't go with it.
Okay.
We will be taking that. Like, the first series between us was 2 races that we decided by 30 seconds or less. This is going to be a close series.
Yeah, it'll be one to keep an eye on.
Yeah,
What is the matchup? Like, what are the pairings there?
It's going to be JTB versus Gamachu in open. Me versus 1UP for Ambrosia, and Willard versus Fear Agent for Fear Agent's choice.
Oh,
that's a spicy set of matches.
That's getting excited thinking about it.
Yeah, GG again, Clifford. I don't know if you guys have anything to say. I know I kind of feel bad that your tournament run is coming to an end here.
I'm not like I'm free.
We all had fun. I've made this mention several times. Going into the season, knowing who we were going to be facing off against, being against your team to kick things off, having to face Violion's team in week 2, facing Chelsea's team in week 5, facing Team Cap in week 7. It really was going to be a gauntlet for all of us here, and the fact that we got to play one extra week was amazing. It was a wonderful time, and I'm glad that Sinak brought Clifford and I together for what was 8 weeks of fun.
Yeah, because you guys were, the 64th team?
We were the last team to register on the deal, and the only reason I jumped in is because Sinak's like, hey, you want to be on a team? I'm trying to get Rick in. And I'm like, well, if Rick's in, I'll do it. Why not? What?
Yeah, Sinak interrupted me during a Dr. Mario run. It's like, yeah, sure. Okay, Clifford's in there. Okay, perfect. Let's do this. I guess I'm doing something this springtime. But shout outs to Fear Agent. We give him hell because his team Cap rolled over most of us in the Lost Woods division. But shout outs to him for running this entire thing. It's been a pleasure being able to play it this season.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I'm glad
Yeah,
they pulled me out of retirement to do the thing.
I'm glad I got tricked into joining the league too.
Yeah, right. Like,
Been a blast.
it's a lot of fun.
But seriously, Willard, kick Fear's ass next week.
I'm looking forward to watching this one back. I usually don't like to watch back losses, but like, I feel like the insane route that I took through the game is
we got
going
mad
to
at you
lead
a lot.
for lots of fun. I'm sure. I'm sure. It should have been a 110 seed. Like,
gonna warn you ahead of time, Clifford. If you watch back, I love you. I didn't mean anything mean. I meant all the nice things I said. I didn't mean any of the mean things I said.
hey, you just know what this means. We can finally actually get some La Mulana Rando going because I don't have to think about Link to the Past Rando anymore.
Yeah, that's great. Except for I have to think about Link to the Past
Well,
random next
you know,
week. So I guess we got to play like this weekend.
yeah, that sounds good.
I love the magic that just happens on
But-
SpeedGaming. It's truly a wonderful place.
Yeah, it was a wonderful race. I could ask you so many questions, but I'll save that for
Like
another
1 in
time.
the morning. Let's
Yeah.
get out of here. Let people get some sleep, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to watch more playoff races in the league, I have good news for you. At 12:10 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow, 10 minutes after noon, Tito and Ravis are facing off right on this channel, right here, SpeedGaming. Then shortly after that match is finished, at 2:10 p.m., Edium and Jamie are facing off right here on this channel, SpeedGaming. And then other races throughout the night and a couple more to finish up on the weekend. So, just stick around on SpeedGaming and you'll see Link to the Past randos happen at some point. Thanks to Yoinker's wife for doing that tracking tonight and marking all the buttons and keeping us updated about key logic on the fly, because I sure don't know all that.
I just pretend to know things. I'm pretty sure I said that.
Yeah, you said that.
But
well.
I knew a lot of things. I knew exactly where a bunch of items were. So
Yeah, you
I'm feeling pretty good. Yeah.
totally do. All right, I've been joined by my very good friend Swerve, as well as in interview here, Rick and JP and Clifford. Congrats again to Team Bunch of Consonants, and see you all later.